Hey everybody, it is TorontoUnicorn here with a very important debrief of my recent visit to the X Club. I have a vlog about that. I'll put a link in the end description of this video so that you can watch that. I have my friends who will have their own update and debrief that I'll include at the end of this video in no particular order. For me, it was a very important day because I had, first of all, never even really had bottle service like that. Like I did in my 20s like one time, but it wasn't that special kind of thing. So this was the first time even just having bottle service and like a VIP treatment. And it was just like, it was just new to us and we appreciated it. We felt good about it. So that was really special. And then, so when I got there, it was like, I already knew the DJ, who was a friend of mine. Me and my friend, DJ Slim, had a conversation in advance about like the kind of songs that I'd like to hear. And like the fact that I'd always had this like vision when I was younger of being a stripper, but I could never actually be a stripper because I just couldn't actually live it out in real life. It's more of like a fantasy. Like, I don't think I could like be on a pole and like hit on some man that I'm not interested in and like make it believable. And I think I just can't. Like, I just don't, that's just not for me. I'm just more unapologetically, but also like unavoidably honest and genuine. And that's not genuine to me. So I just don't do that. I digress. I danced on that stripper pole as if it was a long lost relative. Like I was like, it's, you know, as soon as I got acquainted with that stripper pole, I barely left it all night. So there was a few songs that really hit home for me when they played, and I don't care what. Sometimes I was literally in the middle of getting a foot massage, but by the way, there was a man walking around with a sign, a whiteboard that said free like foot massages or whatever. He was successful because he had a whiteboard walking around looking friendly. And I was like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna dance and I want a fucking massage. So I took a massage, and literally as I'm getting my feet massaged, the song I'm Good comes on, and like it's like my song right now to like dance to. And the DJ and I know that. So I was like, I'm sorry, I gotta go. And I like put on my heels like super fast, and I'm like getting to a pole. I do like 1 spin, 2 spins around the pole. Turns out that there's a demonstration being done behind it and that the pole's not available. And I was like, this is my song. So then I jump down and I go and I find the other pole and I like spin around that one. So it was great. I had the night I was hoping for. I felt like a little bit of a exhibitionist up there in a way I can't be at Oasis because I don't use my body to flirt at Oasis. So I do at a sex club, and I felt very comfortable in that. It brought me back to the time when I was partying in my university days, which is a video, a trilogy actually, well, probably more than that now, but back in the day when I had made some content about my life before I was TorontoUnicorn, I had a video still to make about when I partied in my university days, danced on bars, things like that. And so that's coming soon because the trip down memory lane has sparked that interest again. To have, you know, the ability to dance, that exhibitionist in me to dance and shake my booty in a very, very short mini skirt to a very friendly DJ was a thrill. So I feel very fulfilled. It was a wonderful night. I think if you're going and you really want to impress a date, I think VIP is the way to go. I think you need to get bottle service. I think you can buy the cheapest bottle of vodka and you'll have a great night, or like the most expensive, whatever you want. But for me, it wasn't about whatever the alcohol was. For me, it was just about the experience of feeling good, important, a place to sit down when my feet were tired. It really felt like we had our own hospitality staff. Like it was very nice. Oh, shout out to Lisa. I will say that we were a bit confused when we kept dancing all night, and then like, you know, all the people started to leave, sure, but they were just going into the back room to have sex. But we kind of like didn't realize that we had to go back there to find the single man after a certain point. And so we at first thought maybe our night was going to be over before it started kind of thing. But no, that was not the case. There was plenty of men back there, plenty of people having sex. It was quite different. It was more DTF, meaning a lot more people are just fucking back there, where Oasis, there's a bit more voyeurism. Go to one of these clubs, make sure you go and take care of yourself in that back room. I didn't see a ton of security back there. I saw one person cleaning up kind of regularly after the people would leave. But if you're there to like have a bunch of men or something, you just might want to make sure you have like a spotter or something. But it was overall one of the best nights I could have imagined, but not just for me, for my friends. I saw my friends letting loose. I've never seen these girls dance. This is the first time we came out of Oasis together. So we are for the first time partying like this and drinking like this. I don't even drink normally. So it was genuinely like one of the nights for the books, right? And we all felt like we looked good and we had a great night. And so yeah, so overall I went home, like I was exhausted by the time I went home. but I had the time of my life, and I owe it to the friends I brought with me and DJ Slim and the X Club for pulling it all off. So thank you so very, very much. Overall, we had a good night. Now, we are used to an environment where there is no touching allowed at Oasis Aqua Lounge. So you need to have permission before you come up to someone's like naked body, because we're mostly naked there, and just like touch them on the shoulder. Like you just need to ask permission. And sometimes when men ask permission to me, I say no. I actually say no often, because I actually don't want to hug a bunch of people. I don't want to do that. So it's important that you ask. Now, this club kind of mind fucked us all, or shocked us a little bit, because people were like, hey, how are you? Because at first we're like, whoa, this is so different because we've just partied at Oasis. But then when we went to the back room, like, it got a little bit even more like that. And I think Amelia makes a few comments in her part of the video where she wasn't prepared, because she's only been to Oasis and she's new to the lifestyle. She's only been in the lifestyle for a few months. But she said, like, people would just come and grab her boobs. Like, she was just like, oh, no, like, it was just a different culture, I think, in that sense, or a different aspect of the culture. But I will say that I found there to be a dance club party room and then a fuck room. And I felt like that I need more of a middle for me personally. Like, I might need more of a, sometimes I'm not ready to take my clothes off and fuck, sometimes I want to, like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. I did like the fact that we all got out of our clothes at the same time, because we walked around together like newly kind of naked, so it felt okay. But I think I also just felt like it was pretty abrupt. And then when I wanted to go back and talk to my DJ friend, I had to go back to the locker, put my clothes back on to go back in. So that was the other thing, is like, out of Oasis, you can walk around with clothes on, you can walk around naked, it doesn't matter. So that was the contrast for me. Overall, it was a one-of-a-kind night. And if you can catch DJ Slim on the decks, I think that it's worth a shot. Thank you again. And here is the feedback that you've been promised.
First of all, I want to say thank you for coming out once again with you and your posse to enjoy a night with me there. I was really, really thrilled that you came and I got to be a part of your pole dancing fantasy, and I'm absolutely thrilled. The night was really, really good. I felt, the numbers wise, it was about 250. They all usually came around between 10 and 10:30, and that's okay for a Friday show. Sometimes they come a little bit earlier, but usually by 11 o'clock, the show's on. And I just thought, hey, we had a hell of a time there. My biggest highlight of the night is dropping I'm Good by David Guetta, and then you just rushed out to a pole and you did your thing, and I absolutely loved it. I would have hyped you up more, but I think I was absolutely distracted. Let's just put it that way, okay? Anyways, I think that, it was really great, and I hope you do guys come again really soon. I'll be more than happy to do it all over again for you.
Hey everybody, it's R, and I just thought I'd give you a little synopsis of what happened the other night at the X Club. So as I recall it, now it's a little bit, a couple days away, so forgive me if I forgive some details, but when we got there, it was great. It was like overall impression, the atmosphere was great. They really outdid themselves on the decorations, so I applaud that, and made a nice ambiance. The people were in costume. The costumes were excellent. Some of them, there were some good ones there too. The music was awesome. DJ Slim was spinning, and he picked some great tunes. It got the room dancing. We were all into it, so much so that we didn't notice time go by. And between all the flirting on the dance floor and all the boob poking going on and a lot of bouncing, we didn't even notice the time pass. I was approached to see if I wanted to be a rope bunny, which means to be tied up using shibari techniques, and see if I wanted to experience that. And I certainly did, with somebody who was well versed in the art. And wow, that was something. It was very sensual. It was very erotic. I could see with the right person it would be very erotic. Like, it wasn't just getting tied up. It just was, there's a certain snugness. Afterwards, it felt like a big hug. And yeah, I felt the urge to give him a big hug, and he gave him a big bear hug for that. It was great. And then even when he was untying it, it was very, calm and sensual. Like, his hands, just lightly graced my curves as he, undid the ropes and things. And it was just very, very nice. So I enjoyed that a lot, and maybe something I'd explore more with the right person. So that was my shibari experience. We ended up deciding to finally go to the back room, and we found all the single men there. They were at the what we call the mosh pit. So it was a mosh pit because it's a giant orgy room, and it was full of bodies fucking. There were people fucking everywhere. All the single men were there. It was interesting. That room was pretty dark. The minute I hopped up onto the giant bed just to sit there was proposition, and so I ended up getting with 2 people that night. And at that moment, while one of my friends was being serviced next to me, and then there were a lot of hands that came out of nowhere. There were other couples there. The hands were like all over. One was in my mouth, one was on my boobs. I don't know, but it was pretty handsy. It was fun actually, but you just, you know, as long as you're okay with that. He was a young guy, and I ended up taking him for a tour around the place because it was a little overwhelming for him, a lot to take in. So helped him sort of get acclimatized to that, and then you know, it wasn't very long. Afterwards, what else? Well, it started to get a little bit late, and so Amelia and I, we were sitting on a surface, as I remember it, and along came a gentleman who was kind of ready, and we sort of decided together to service him. And you know, we got him in all the right places, if you will, and we let him finish all over our bazookas. And so try to keep this clean for you too. And so he had a great time, we had a great time, we had a lot of fun doing that, and then closed the place up at the end. And if you watch the vlog, you know the rest. So my overall impression was we had an amazing time. We were, how could we not? Like, I knew we'd have a good time before we even left the unicorn's lair, because we were 4 single girls out on the town. Like, you know, of course we're gonna have a good time. And the VIP service was excellent. The bottle service, we had a place to sit when we were tired. We had excellent service with the bottle service. Shout out to the staff there who did an excellent job to make us feel very welcome. It was worth it. Definitely I would do that again if I had the opportunity. So I really enjoyed the whole night, and thank you very much to everyone who was involved in that.
Hi, Toronto Unicorns, lovely viewers. So a little overview of the night. It was amazing. As soon as we got in, it was very nice, very clean, very decorative. They went all out for Halloween. I love Halloween, so it was beautiful to see. We were given an amazing booth. We had some lovely drinks. The DJ was amazing. DJ Slim, thank you so much for an awesome experience. We had so much fun. It was great music. We danced all night long. And then we were given a tour at the beginning of the evening of the back. So it was pretty empty because it was at the beginning of the evening. And then we decided to, we noticed the dance floor pretty empty. So we decided to go to the back and check it out. I'm familiar with this lifestyle. I usually go to another club, which is my favorite. When we went back there, we took off our clothes, we were given towels. It looked pretty okay, but then when we went into the orgy room, there's lots and lots of stuff happening on the bed. And how the orgy room is, the bed's right in the middle, and then you get to walk around. So we did that a couple of times. And people were getting handsy, even without asking, without consent, touching. Somebody grabbed my towel, grabbed my boob. I don't know if that's too much information. It was a little uncomfortable. I really enjoy when people ask for consent. It's nothing I haven't seen before. It's just kind of nice. You know what's happening, what's coming. You know, you're able to say yes or no if you want to participate or don't want to participate. So, overall, it was a good experience. I'm not sure if I would experience the back again. You know what? Like, the way I am is I'll try one thing, or I'll try it once and we'll go from there. If my girls decide to go and they want to, I'll do like a group thing, I'll do a friend thing. I'll go with my friends. But I'm not sure it's for me. So, but like I said, I would go to X Club and dance all night long and stay on the dance floor and drink and listen to amazing music by DJ Slim. So, well, I think you should check it out for yourself and, decide. But this is just my point of view. It was a good time.
If you want to see the tour video of the X Club Sex Club, you can find that on your screen, or also the debrief of our last visit.